Hello everybody. Today we're talking with Jamie, our development coordinator. After doing all our videos, we're finally getting a chance to interview her. So Jamie, would you like to tell us about your role and what it involves at Hamilton City Netball Centre?
So my role is development coordinator. I look after the rep programs. So I do player development, and I also look after the umpire area. So I do umpire pathway development as well.
Nice, very, very important role in netball, of course. So tell us a little bit about what led you to this job and maybe a little bit about some of the jobs you've done previously before coming to Netball Centre.
Well, I've originally started off in like a personal trainer, kind of fitness trainer background.
Nice.
Started off there, and I studied at Wintec. So I did a Bachelor of Sport and Exercise Science at Wintec, and then moved into that fitness area. And then I worked in there for a couple of years, maybe 5 years in that industry, at various gyms and different kind of roles within the area. And then I moved into kind of like the admin side of sports. So I started working for Hamilton Gymnastics and did all their office work over there. And then I moved into injury rehab. So my previous job was working with spinal cord injuries and brain injuries. So that was, before I came over here to netball.
Nice. Got heaps of stuff that you can bring to the Netball Centre, not just practically, but in the admin side of things. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. What kind of things do you do outside of work? So what are you interested in, or what do you get up to when you're not at the Netball Centre doing what you need to do?
Well, I love strength training. I like doing CrossFit. I've had a bit of a break probably the last year from CrossFit due to a spinal injury myself. So from that, I've learned, I've been getting into Olympic lifting. So the last probably, I don't know, maybe 7 months I've started Olympic lifting. So just getting into that.
Nice, well done. I know watching you since I've been here, it's been pretty cool seeing your determination to get back into the Olympic lifting and stuff, even with your back injury and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Well done. So tell us about a little bit how you got involved in sport in general and why. So you mentioned that you've done the Bachelor in Sport and Sports Exercise. Yeah, so what was it that got you interested in that, and why, and in sport in general, recreation as such?
I guess like growing up, my parents always were involved in sport, just like as participants themselves. So my dad played soccer, and he, pretty much every weekend we're at the soccer field. And my mum has played like different individual sports. So badminton, she's played badminton quite a bit. So we used to be down at the badminton courts every late at night, about really late, like 8 o'clock at night in my pajamas or whatever.
Pretty late when you're a kid.
Yeah, and she played a bit of tennis and squash as well. So yeah, pretty much growing up, seeing them being pretty active. As my dad kind of got a bit older, injuries started setting in, he started playing golf. So I used to be his caddy. I used to get paid for carrying his golf clubs around the golf.
Right.
So that was really fun.
Bit of pocket money for you.
Yeah. get paid $2 each 18 rounds.
Oh,
Pretty,
yeah.
pretty cheap
It's a lot of
caddy, I
money when you're a kid.
guess. Yeah, and then from then we just did sports growing up. So I used to do swimming. So I did swimming for a lot of years when I was younger, till I was about, I guess, like 13. And then I just got into netball and touch. I was never a good netball or touch player, but yeah, I enjoyed it. And then I had my children, and then kind of it's followed through. So they play sports, and yeah, I kind of got back into a bit of sports after they were born.
Nice. Is that one like constant thing, in life, is that sport and exercise and what it brings to the table, eh?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So what kind of things do you think you have gained or your family have gained from sport or been involved in sport?
I think it's more like the values that you learn. So through sport, you have to use integrity quite a bit, which I hold quite high, and try and embed it into my children. Yeah, so probably the values is the biggest thing, and also structure. So like if you want to get somewhere, you've got to put plans, and you've got to have goals. You've got to you've got to warm up before you play. So the same thing, I believe, goes in every other situation in life. So if you want to get that certain thing, you've got to plan. Yeah, so that's what I enjoy about sport.
Nice. All those life learning things, in general.
Yeah.
Nice. So what do you think might be your proudest moment? Whether it's a coach, athlete, parent, or just a player, or what do you think your proudest moment is in sport?
Probably my proudest moment would be being a mother and watching my children thrive in their areas and their sports. Yeah, there's nothing more fulfilling than seeing your children come off the field. My children both play rugby and touch. That's more their preferred sport. So there's nothing more fulfilling than seeing them come off and being proud of themselves and whatever they've achieved in that game. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And 2 boys you've got, yeah?
Yeah, 2 boys.
Yeah. Both teenage boys, so they'll be right into it, eh?
Yeah, they're missing it a lot during this lockdown. It's all they're talking about. So
Fair enough. Cool. So, what kind of things, I guess, do you love about sport the most, or recreation, and what it brings? Like, do you think fills your passion, I guess, to continue to not just be an athlete but be involved in sport?
probably the biggest thing for me is like the social connection. You get to meet a lot of people. You get to have good conversations. I find athletes in sport, people involved in sport, they're just so inspiring. They all, they're very driven people, especially the women. They're very driven people. They achieve so much, and they have more drive, and really strong women, kind of like role models in all sporting areas. Yeah,
I was going to say, like, those people that you can look up to or think, oh, that's so great what they're doing, and juggling life and still being able to be up there on their game or doing whatever they're doing, eh?
Yeah, women athletes. I mean, they just have a baby, and then they go straight back on the court or back on the field or whatever they do. Like, they're just so driven. It's really empowering watching them.
Oh, that's awesome. So I guess with all these things going on with COVID-19 and how it affects and stuff like that, what have you and your family been doing to keep active and healthy during what were you doing through the lockdown period and moving forward coming out of the lockdown?
Well, I've set up like a gym in our garage, so I still have continued doing my Olympic lifting at home. And then we've been doing a lot of walking. Within our team, we set up our marathon within 14 weeks, which was pretty cool. So
that was pretty cool, actually.
We all completed, I don't know, over 40 Ks, which was pretty fun and kept us going. So literally every day that's been a part of our schedule is we have to train. So me and my children, we all have to train.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's cool watching your videos of you and the boys down on the field doing your training and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Getting into it.
Yeah. I'm more spectating.
So with coming back to COVID-19, what's your thoughts on the effect that it will have on not just netball but sport in general? What's your thoughts around that?
I think it's pretty. I find it pretty sad that there's no sports. It's just like it's a big part of our life, and even like watching it, there's nothing to watch on TV. I don't really watch TV programs. I just watch sport and probably just sport, to be honest. Like I do watch a little bit of like the news at the moment, obviously, but I don't really watch too much TV. So, but in saying that, I think when we come back, it'll be amazing. It'll be the atmosphere at the courts. It'll be exciting to see everyone's faces in real life, and everyone's faces when they see the new courts will be amazing.
Yeah.
Even at rugby, it'll be cool to see everyone on the sideline. I think people might appreciate sports a bit more and what it does for communities.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of weird not having sport in general going on, and you can see everyone itching to get back into it, and scared they're going to miss out and things like that, which has been quite cool, just to reassure people that there's going to be something, but what that looks like we don't quite know yet.
Yeah, and it's we will work with it. We'll figure something out, and I'm sure every other sporting code is the same. Like we'll figure something out to keep everybody engaged and keep wanting to come back to sport.
Yeah, I know it was exciting for us to go down for our first staff meeting at the courts, and we were all excited with the new courts, and even though the building wasn't quite finished, it's still exciting to see what's been happening and know that we're really, really close to getting started again.
Yeah, like lockdown has been good in some ways, but it's really made me like I'm just itching to get out there and get back into our work, what we do.
Yeah, me too. Definitely keen for the season to start.
Yeah.
Cool. So just before we kind of head off, is there anything you would like to share with our community? Maybe some tips, or I don't know, some thoughts around moving forward? Yeah.
That's pretty much what I've been saying the whole time. Like keep active, keep healthy. Enjoy this time with your family. Appreciate, learn to appreciate just going for a walk, seeing everybody, doing those little things that you can't normally do. And I just look forward to the 2020 season, and just to see something different. It'll be exciting. It'll be so exciting to see how it all pans out.
And what it looks like,
Yeah. I think it'll be really, really interesting.
Yeah. Interesting and better, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you, Jamie, for your time, and thank you for your time doing all of our interviews throughout the COVID-19 lockdown and things and moving forward. And I know you and I and everyone else are just so keen to get back into the swing of things and whatever our season might look like, and move forward and just make our centre even better than it is. So, yeah,
definitely.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
So yeah.